Capricorn. It's I Miss You by Blink 182 in the background. It's been a while since I've heard this. Caps, it is the same playlist. As always, we are doing a weekly reading. We are doing from the 23rd to the 29th of October. It is half term here in the UK. Everyone's Scorpio season reading is now up on the website. Please go and check out yours. I will move my altar when the energy hits me in the real world, as I always do. And the moon is full on Sunday and is in Taurus. Capricorn, the 23rd to the 29th of October. Are you ready? The Hierophant, I'm being heavily protected. I'm being very guided forward. Knowledge is power inside of this heavy Taurian is the Hierophant. That real knowledge is power. I'm going to have that moment of true spiritual connection. To really ground in deep. I've got the keys to my kingdom in my hand and I am stepping forward. It can be to do with contracts. I wanted to say a contract's being handed to me. I just need to make sure something's being handed to me that needs my autograph on it, and I need to know in my soul that I've read everything to do with that contract. Does that make sense? I've read all the small print. I understand exactly what is happening in this moment, and then I'm going to sign it. Because once I've read and understood, it's almost like that little bit of anxiety is going to lift. Does that make sense? But I need to make sure that I've read it. That I've read it and I've fully understood. But I am being heavily guided forward. Justice, heavy Libra, heavy Taurus, heavy Libra. It is the only card in the deck that is marked. It's absolutely broken my soul as this card. I'm going to find that accountability. I'm going to find that stability. But she is everything legal. Is justice. It will work out in your favour. But I really feel like I've got to know what I'm doing. The more I understand what is expected of me as I sign this piece of paper, the more confidence I will have in myself. Does that make sense? Camera's doing these tiny little micro bounces. I hope I made sense there. Because I'll have that confidence boost. I know what I'm doing. I've got a grip. I've got a real grip on the situation. But she is everything legal, is justice. I really do want you mindful that you are finding that accountability. You're finding that stability. All is fair in love and war. But the more I'm breathing through it and the more I've got that understanding, the more confident I'm feeling. Are you hearing me? Justice is the only card that is marked. The Queen of Candles, I've got that self-assurance. Not ego, better than everybody, mate. No, we don't ever get lost there. But I've got that real self-confidence to go, I am stepping forward that way. I've got the fire burning in the depths of my soul. Those mountains that come up in my way are nothing, they're molehills. I've just got a bit of an extra climb to do. Whether it's a new skill set, I certainly feel like a new mindset. I've got to think that I've got this to know that I've got it. Does that make sense? To really feel that confidence boost and check in with myself, checking in with the man in the mirror, switch up my mindset, that mountain will become a molehill in absolutely no time. But I've got to go smash it up. I'm going to be celebrating in the end. I'm going to be celebrating these legal contracts, definitely. With the Soul Tribe card, they are a group of feminine. Gender's not relevant to me or to tarot. They are a very, very feminine group of women that are all on a big girly night out, having a drink. Celebrating their successes, celebrating their triumphs. I am moving forward. That way I have achieved everything that I wanted to achieve. But it's almost like I've got to have the confidence to go, I have got a grip. I know exactly what I am doing and I am stepping forward. Like toy soldiers, Eminem, I've just got to keep stepping forward with military precision. I'm going forward that way. The Wounded Warrior's been through enough. He's been through enough trials and tribulations. He's been beaten, he's been broken, he's been kicked to the ground. I'm done picking my pathway forward and it's leading me that way. I'm stepping forward that way. Can be a test of faith inside of the card. I really do feel like it'll be that confidence boost that I've really got to believe, and that'll be the test. Can I hold on to that energy? Can I hold on to that optimism? Again, not ego. We're not feeding ego. I've got a grip on where I am headed. I have understood everything to do with my world as I stand in it, and I am moving forward that way. And can I keep stepping forward? Am I going to slip on Wednesday and slip into an old mindset? No. I'm going to notice that, do you know what, my mind went off on a bit of a wander there, down an old road that I've travelled many a time before. I'm dragging that back in and I'm keeping that optimism. I'm switching up my mindset. I'm going forward to show spirit that I am standing exactly right where I want to be, and I'm putting that work in because I deserve it. I deserve to show myself the same amount of effort that I expect of my spirit guides. And I'm going to prove it. Does that make sense? Because I'm going to keep switching up this energy. I'm going to plant in. I'm going to plant in my hopes and plant it in my dreams underneath, definitely underneath the Taurian full moon. He's there on the table. I'm going to keep going. I'm not throwing the towel in. There is long-term sustained patience here inside of the 7, but I've got to watch that garden grow. I know my manifestations are growing from the seeds that I am planting so that those mountains become molehills in no time. There's profit, there's success there. Got to let this heartbreak go. Certainly if it comes to anything legal, there's closure. I've had the closure. Does that make sense? It's almost like all that stress and all that anxiety, I've got to burn that away. Does that make sense? I instantly thought of black spell candles, protection candles. More than happy to help anybody with protection candles if you do need help on how to dress your candle, etc, etc. More than happy to help anybody, but I've got to burn it off. I've got to let that grief go. I've got to find that closure. It's almost like I'm going to get halfway through the week and I'm going to lose my gumption. Negative Nelly's going to start getting a little loud. And then I'm going to have that moment where I go, do you know what? I don't think I've actually taken many breaths in the last minute. So I'm going to have a minute. I'm just going to have a minute to breathe. And that pain that crept up on me, no, I'm done. I'm moving forward. I'm finding that closure. I'm laying a boundary down with myself. I'm not being trekked off down a pathway, down a well-trodden path that I've been there 1,000 times before. I'm not getting lost there. I'm pulling my focus back onto where I am headed. And I am going forward that way. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? Rest, breathe, have that moment to meditate. Do you know what? I knew you wandered off. I lost a couple of hours on my Wednesday, maybe early Thursday. It's definitely further down the week where I feel like I've lost a bit of momentum. I forgive myself. I forgive myself that I've lost 2 hours of my life, but I'm pulling it back, and that's the focus. That is the goal for where I want to be by the end of the week, and I am stepping forward positively because I've re-diverted my energy of where I'm going. Trusting myself, trusting in that queen. She is the queen of that knot in your stomach. I'm not going to instantly react because I don't feel like I fully understand. Does that make sense? It is very much like the contract is right there on the table. I've just got to grab the pen and sign it. But it's almost that little bit of rushed. No, I'm not rushing. I want to read it. I really want to know and understand every word that is on that paper and what is expected of me before I put my John Hancock on it. Does that make sense? The more I know, the more I'll trust myself. I'll trust in my gut intuition that, yeah, we're good to go now. I've got a grip. I'm moving forward. We're not standing still. We're just making sure that I can't shake that off and I can't really explain it any better, that I've understood everything that is written and how I am moving forward. So there's no miscommunication further down the line. Trust her, trust in that knot. She's giving you a message. My heart to yours, that is a sad, honestly, Caps. No, I'm doing Capricorn. I do know who I'm doing. If you'd like to share some energy with me, that would be amazing because that is an amazing table. Closure. We're shutting off. My heart to yours, beautiful. Take care.